It's a little hot today, a little humid. Taking my new pack up here on a mountain here. Getting out a little bit. Tough day for me. It's not going to go into detail why. But it's a trail back to Wolf's Rocks. And it's a lot of rattlesnakes in here. Especially this time of year, they're shedding their skin. And you go through all this. I don't know if you can see it, but this mountain of the world, and this, they call it cat thorn or something like that. And these timber rattlers just love this. So every step, it's not too bad right here, but there's a lot of places where there's a lot of huge rocks. A lot that can go wrong. So taking a couple mile hike and just getting away a little bit. When you're hiking like this, it's quiet. I'm really surprised it's so quiet up here. You really get to appreciate the beauty of nature and take one step at a time. See these little chipmunks have holes they dig. These rocks. There's a lot of caves under here. It's a very dynamic area, and hopefully I'll get back there before it rains. I hear thunder now. Uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't do this, huh? Oh well. I think I still am. If it rains, it rains. Here's a very interesting rock on my way back here. I'll show it to you. This is a very large boulder, and as you can see, there's lines going up and down it. And those lines were formed by an ancient glacier that came through, and you can literally tell your direction by the way the lines go. Actually, cut into every rock you'll find like this has these lines. And even you go up in New York City, in Central Park, you can see rocks with this kind of these lines where the glaciers went through and they cut, and that's where a glacier went over that rock. Pretty fascinating. You could walk right by it, not know the history of it, not know your geology, and just take it for granted. But it's pretty fascinating stuff. So I'm walking back this trail, and everybody wants to see what a timber rattler looks like. I want to be real quiet here because it's kind of sunning itself here on a rock. See, there's the old timber rattler, and didn't even know I'm here. So I'm just gonna kind of leave him right where he's at, not bother him at all. Just say, hey buddy, I think I'm gonna go a different way. It's a little one actually. They get very large. Not a very aggressive snake, but yeah, that's a timber rattler for you. Found a neat feather. It's a wild turkey feather, of course. And it's going to rain here. We have this hurricane. This hurricane has been going through, went up through the Gulf and through the Midwest, and it's supposed to hit later on in the day. I thought I had maybe about 5-6 hours to go on before it would hit, but unfortunately what happened here is yeah, it hit a little early, and got probably a 3-hour hike to my car. I'm hearing some thunder, and some bad thunder coming, so I'm just going to turn around and go back. I'd like to go further out to Wolf's Rocks, but I think today is a bad day for it. But I got to see the rattlesnake, and I got to actually show what they look like in the wild. Not a terribly aggressive creature. Very deadly poisonous though. And the general rule when you're hiking is you don't want to be that third person that sees that rattlesnake, because they say the first person comes through and the snake gets afraid and it kind of like goes its own way and does its own thing. And then the second person just pisses it off. And if you're that third person, that snake doesn't know you from anybody, and their eyesight isn't that great, especially this time of year when they're shedding. And they're more inclined to bite you. Which is why that particular rattlesnake sitting on that rock didn't see me. I was well within striking distance. It could have came off there and laid a hurt on me. But as you can see, they're really not a terribly extremely aggressive creature. And this trail here is not too bad. This is actually a side trail I took. It's called Spruce Flats, I believe. And it has a carnivorous bog with these carnivorous plants. I wanted to walk it the whole way, as well as Wolf's Rocks, and I kind of wasn't thinking about the weather. Well, oh well. It's just one of those days to get out, you know. Today is actually, I'll talk about why I'm doing this today and getting out. It's been a year since my father died. And I spent all last year basically feeling helpless and feeling that, you know, well, I realize every day's a gift. To get out here, I really appreciate the gift of being alive and to be able to do something like this. And you get stuck in these routines in life. It's not good. You got to get out every once in a while and do something and see new things and really appreciate life for what it's worth. And I'm doing this and everything since to kind of celebrate life. And today I really honor my father. He loved getting out in the wilderness. He loved fishing. Not so much the hiking thing, but I'm sure in his day he did. So hopefully I can make it back before I get soaking wet, and I may have this video to watch, I may not. This pack I have, it's the Dieter 5015, I believe. And I'm really liking it. This is my first time I've taken it out. It's it adjusts to you, adjusts to what you're carrying. It really is an all-around good pack. I don't feel any of the weight I have in it. I have about 20 pounds of weight. I took a lot of water. I just took some things I needed and some extra weight just to see how well it would work in the field, and I'm really pleased with it. Definitely pleased with it. I would recommend anybody buying it. But I'm going to try to pick up my pace and get back to my car before I get too wet. It's thundering everywhere. I'm a walking lightning rod. And you got to consider when you're out in the wilderness and you're especially hiking is finding a safe place to be when it rains. Right now I just found a whole pile of firewood. Should I build a fire? No. I'm going to keep walking. So obviously I didn't make it back in time. You can see the clouds here coming in. The trees' leaves are turning upside down. One of the ways you can tell it's going to rain. And it's a very rocky trail. Now I need to get shelter here. And I'll tell you, look at all these rocks. It's very rough traveling here. And I'll show you something. One of these things you look at, I see the perfect spot. I think, okay, great, here. I can hide under this canopy of trees here. But it's a very bad, because behind that is a tree. And this big tree, this big tree is half dead. And you get in an area like this, high winds, you get some rain, and I tell you, it could be the last place you stay. So I'm going to look up along here a little bit further. There's always going to be some kind of undergrowth I can hide under to avoid the lightning and the rain. It's always something. It's never easy when you're out like this. Maybe it'll pass. Maybe I'll be safe. I should be a little better here. As you can see these high high-lying trees. And these rocks are just unforgiving. I believe, based on the way, of course, a hurricane isn't really a hurricane with arms on it like it was, but it should go north of me. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it won't go north. Maybe it'll just... Nice little thunderhead. Because I have on my phone, I have Doppler radar, so I can actually see what is where and what's coming. It gives you an idea, but you know, you can't trust that all the time. You have to be very mindful of your surroundings, the weather, and it's just fun. I love it though, I really do. I really love being out here. Look at this rock. And this isn't a bad spot here. These older trees don't have any limbs I can worry about snapping off. I can probably... There's a rock right there. I'll sit under that. It'll protect me from any lightning. I don't see any limbs that if the wind picks up will break off around here. There's just that one limb right there that's dead. That's about it. But I should be safe here for now. All this low-lying brush. I'll be safe right here. This is good. I'll just hang out here for about an hour or so and make it on back to the car. Yes. This actually would be a bad little place to stealth camp. You know, you could put a tent in here and you can always tell when it's going to be a bad storm. When you don't hear anything. That's not a good thing. It's just as quiet as if you're up here in the wintertime. Not a bird, not a chipmunk, not a squirrel, nothing. Just that thunder, you hear that, and it's just like, I'm coming. You love it, it's so intense, it's just it's so beautiful. This is just, oh man. Give me this over an office job any day of the week. I don't want it, I just want to be out here. I love it. This is why hiking is so just, it's so beautiful, so spiritual just to be out here. Love this. I love it. So I made my way back to the parking lot. I'm safe, but I saw some wildlife here that I'm not used to seeing on top of the mountain here. If we're quiet, I'm gonna look right over there. It's a chicken. Hey, chicken. How in the hell did you get up here? I'm kind of curious, but how are you? Looks like bantams. Oh, maybe Jersey Reds. I'm not too sure. Yeah. Not afraid of me, at least, are you?